Day 21, Terengganu Paper 1, 2021, number 14. Given the equation of the curve is y equals x squared, okay, bracket 3 minus 2 over 3x plus 1 over 2. The first question asks you to find the coordinates of the stationary point. So first of all, you must understand what is stationary point. Okay, stationary point meanings either maximum or minimum point. Ataupun dalam bahasa Melayu kita panggil titik pegun. So titik pegun bermaksud kita belum tahulah sama ada dia adalah maximum ataupun dia adalah minimum point. Belum tahu. Okay. So dia suruh you cari. So kita faham bila you ada maximum or minimum curve, right? So this is the maximum point and this is the minimum point. So the tangent at this point is parallel to the x-axis. So dia punya gradient of tangent dekat situ 0. Okay, gradient dia, kecerunan dia kosong. Okay, so dalam topik differentiation, simbol untuk gradient of tangent adalah dy by dx. That's why, okay, at this point, okay, maximum point, right, or maybe minimum point, okay, so the symbol for gradient of tangent is dy by dx. So at the stationary point, dy by dx is 0. So kita akan pakai dy by dx equals 0 to find the coordinates of the stationary point. Okay, so let's use it. Okay, so this is the equation given. So your first step is expand the equation given, right? And then since now your equation is y in terms of x, right? That's why the symbol is, right, you need to find differentiation of y with respect to x. Okay, so you buatlah proses differentiation one by one, term by term. So do you still remember how to differentiate? Right, ingat differentiation, D for drop, D for down, D for deduct, deduct by 1. Okay, drop down, deduct by 1. Drop down, 3 to become 6. Drop down. Okay, and the index there deduct by 1. So 2 minus 1, 1. Okay, next. Drop down. 3 times negative 2 over 3 become negative 2. Okay, and then the index there deduct by 1, 3 minus 1 become 2. Okay, and then integration, differentiation of any constant, the result is 0. So now you want the keyword here is stationary point atau titik pegun. So at the stationary point, the dy by dx always 0. So kita ambil kita punya dy by dx tadi, then kita equate to 0 and then kita simplify dia dulu. Divide by 2 become 3x minus x squared equals to 0. Okay, and then kita factorize. Okay, kita so I tukar tanda dulu, and times negative 1 both sides. So negative become positive, positive become negative. Now you boleh nampak kat situ kita ada this one jenis yang tak ada constant di belakang, jadi boleh bawa keluar terus variable x there. Then cuba factorize. So now x you ada 2 lah, satu 0, satu lagi 3. Since the question asks you to find coordinates, meaning you need to find the y value. Okay, and then state the coordinates. Okay, so nak cari y. So ini equation dia tadi, masukkan value x lah dalam equation ini. So x tu you ganti dengan 0 dan juga 3. Okay, sila ganti. Okay, so when x is 0, to find y, you ganti masuk x lah dalam equation. Sama ada you ganti dalam equation ini atau equation ni, mana-mana pun boleh lah. So I ganti masuk dalam equation ini. Okay, so x0, so x ni ganti dengan 0. Okay, you akan dapat half. So your first point is 0 half. When x is 3, okay, you ganti x as 3. So when you press calculator, you akan dapat 19 over 2. So one more point is 19 over 2. So ini adalah dia punya stationary point. Okay, the next part B. Hence, determine whether each of the stationary point is a maximum or minimum point. So, you nak check maximum or minimum. Okay, you cari dia punya second derivative. Right, so this is your first derivative. So, second derivative is d squared y dx squared. Differentiate 6x, drop down 1 times 6. Okay, 6x becomes 6 lah. Okay, and then this one drop down 2 times negative 2 become negative 4x. Okay, and then you punya point tadi, the first point is 0 half. Okay, put in your second derivative. The value of x there is 0. So ganti 0. So you akan dapat you punya second derivative. Okay, you akan dapat positive 6, which is positive, which is more than 0, maknanya dia adalah minimum point. Okay, so 0 half is minimum point. Okay, next 319 over 2. Okay, the next point is 319 over 2. Once again, put in your second derivative function. Now your x is 3. So you akan dapat 6 minus 12, negative 6, less than 0, so maximum. So this point, 319 over 2 is a maximum point. The last part of the question, if x increases, okay, from 2 to 2.01, find the approximate value in y. Approximate value in y meaning that you need to find the original value of y plus small increment in y. Okay? Okay, from here we can get the value of delta x. So you take value selepas perubahan tolak dengan value sebelum perubahan, which is original value of x lah. You akan dapat 0.01. So this is the value of delta x. So here meaning that original value of x is 2. Okay, so that's why to find the original value of y, so masukkan x original, okay, this value ke dalam equation ini. Okay, so kita punya equation, alright, you ganti masuk x ori. X ori kita tadi adalah 2. Okay, so you ganti, you akan dapat. So the original value of y is 43 over 6. Okay, next we need to find delta y value. Okay, y original done. Next, delta y value. To find delta y value, so we need to use this formula. Make delta y as your subject. So you need to find dy by dx value times delta x. Okay, so let's find dy by dx value. To find dy by dx value, always put in x, original value of x. Okay, to find dy by dx value, use original value of x. So the original value of x is 2. So here you akan dapat 12 minus 8, that is 4 lah. Okay, so put in the formula. dy by dx is 4 times delta x is 0.01. Okay, so 0.01 times 4, you akan dapat 0.04. Okay, so now approximate value of y is given by original value of y, where just now we get 43 over 6 plus small increment in y is 0.04. So your final answer is So your final answer is 7.2067. Okay, 7.2067. So approximate value of y, meaning that you take the original value of y plus small increment in y. So that's why we need to find small increment in y value first. Okay, that's all.